No, she no want no fling, girl. I forget to real something. Fix up quick when the phones are bling, girl. Cause you know we mean one thing. Hey, boom shots, Protoje, check it, exclusive style. Royalties free. Always remember.
Watch out, boom shot. You tell him so there's a make the weight and murmur now. So this one is short shot. It can't stop. Boom shot.
Boom shots.
Diggy British in Britain.
Yeah, you don't know. Sounds
What?
right.
Diggy, yeah. So what is Diggy British?
You know how I got that name? So when I had my SIM card on my phone, and I have like a Euro number. It says Euro Digs, and one says Diggy JA, and the US one says USD, like US Diggy for US dollars. So I was in UK, and I sent my friend Becca. She was like, "Yo, what's your number?" So it just said Diggy, and then it said British, as in for British phone. So when I sent it to her, now she was just like, "Yo, Diggy British," and then one of my other friends was like, "Yo, Diggy British," and then it just took off. So I use it for my producing name right now.
Hey, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, before we start, I just want to say congratulations on just another release, another dope release so soon. It's always, with artists, it's never planned, and I can imagine the creative process isn't something you can't, it's how long is a piece of string, so it's nice to hear something from Diggy so soon.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I was listening to Machiavelli, the 7-Day Theory, before I went home. I was going home for 10 days, and they were saying that, he did that album, recorded it, mixed it and everything in 7 days. And I was like, I'm going home for 10 days and I want to do this royalty free, and I have 10 days between America and Jules Holland. And I just went home and just did the record, left it to be mixed, and it was crazy because I just wanted to be spontaneous. I usually wait 2 years to put music out, but I was just feeling the vibe and just wanted to get some expression out there.
Now I noticed you only put out the B-side.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I was just working on a full 10-track thing, and then I was like, I want to do something different this time. I want to put out 6 to 10. Because last time you put out records to, like, people put it in the start off and it's track 1 to 5, and then they have to do something or whatever. I just wanted to do something different, and the main thing is that I wanted to put out these songs first, and I know Used to Be would have been the last track on the album.
Right.
So I just said 6 to 10, let me get these songs out right now.
So the whole album is actually done, you're just releasing it in different...
Done is relative, because like, I'm gonna be like Kanye about it, and like just update stuff, because that even used to be my life. I'm gonna update it one of these days and like put some strings on it, or maybe just re-upload the song. It's funny what you can do with music now when it's not on iTunes, or when you don't have to ask anybody. I can just go on my SoundCloud and change it, or go to my site and change it. So side A is, I wouldn't say it's done, because like people are sending me, my producers are like sending me mad stuff to see what can go on. So like I have a bunch of people, of core people, are sending me so much beats, because everybody wants to get on side A and stuff. So it's
nice.
Cool.
Not bad problems to have.
No, trust me.
So the album's called Royalty Free.
Yeah.
So, and it's a free download for all your fans.
Yeah.
What's the feedback been so far?
It's been crazy. I don't want to be blasphemous, because Ancient Future is the standard. That's for my career. I wouldn't put Ancient Future, to me, stands alone, but Royalty Free, it's not as complex an album as Ancient Future. It's not as meticulous, but it has this freedom to it that people are just going crazy over, and like it's spreading so much. Like I have over, in the first week, I've not got the official total yet, because it's until 12 o'clock today, but it's over 7,000 downloads already, and for me that's not including the streaming. So for me, it's just like, that's a lot of people that have downloaded it and are playing it and interested in it. And it's on Radio 1. Can't Feel No Way has been on Radio 1 like regular. The only song I've had on Radio 1 in my career is Who Knows. So for me, for it to be on Radio 1 in less than a week is crazy to me. And then the feedback has just been overwhelming. People really talking about it. Some people saying it's my best work I've ever done. I think they just love not the freeness of it. I mean, they don't mind that, but they love how free it feels when I'm talking about stuff I've never really.
Your personal freedom.
I just let loose on this album.
I noticed when I was listening to it, like it has a slightly different flow from stuff that I've known you to do. I mean, you really seem like you're rapping on the album as well, you know.
Yeah, it's just part of what I can do, and it's like some of my friends are always like, "Yo, we wish people could hear the how vast your skill set is, like what you're able to do." And lots of the time I just be like, "No, I'm trying to do this mission right now. I'm trying to establish this type of music." And they're like, "Yo, just let loose, bro. Just rhyme. Just have fun. Just do your thing." So I was like, and I said this other day in an interview, I was like, it's like Bolt when he has an Olympics, you know? And he has to be on a strict regiment, 100, 200, and that's what he's doing. But then when he has an off year, no world champs, no Olympics, and he can just do some street races, run a 300 meter, try to break that record,
Right.
do something else. It's like, I feel that in a non-album I can just be more free and more experimental and come up with ideas and try them out, so that when my album comes I'm more prepared or more experienced in how this stuff's work. So like now, for example, I know that alright, there's a real appetite for this type of stuff that I'm doing also, so it can be incorporated in my full length.
And you worked with an American producer on that too. Did that influence it in that?
No, I mean Gino Chaka is I guess he's American, but I met him in Jamaica 10 years ago. I tell you this story, exclusive, boom shots, bim. When I was working on 7 Year Itch, Chaka was the first producer I started to work with.
Wow.
I have beats from him that are on side A that he gave me in 2005. This sound that he has with Can't Feel No Way, we had this sound in 2005.
Wow.
I'm not shitting you, like I can play it back now. I have the email in my email inbox from 2004, like from him, and we were trying to build this sound. I actually did a song on one of his beats, one of my first songs, and I was trying to get it on radio, but nobody was checking for that sound. I could never get it to be played, and we lost track over the course of years. And then he hit me up on Twitter like early this year, like in January, and he's like, "Bro, I seen you're doing great, like I still got some beats. We had a mission to change the sound of the music. I'm still up for it." So I was like, "Alright, yo, send me through something." And he sent me Glad You're Home. I was like, "Yo, this is fresh." And then I had the Dennis Brown sample that I wanted to use. I was like, because I have producers, I have different people I could send it to. I was like, let me send it to him. And he sent me back in a day and a half. He was done. He's wicked with it. So it's crazy how it came back after 10 years. And he was saying to me like, "Yo, it's crazy how this sound that everybody is like, yo, it's so fresh. It's like it's 10 years old, Rushman." Like, but I had to just wait because it wasn't happening with that sound at the time.
That's really crazy, because I know when we've spoken before, you've mentioned this as well. Like, you're very in tune with what you think when it's not the right time. You know, even when we talked about how you linked with Chronics, you were like, you know, I remember you saying, you know, "I've done what I'm doing on that album, so let's wait a bit," or, you know, and that shows kind of you're like doing what you're doing at the time for the moment, and it also shows you're kind of willing to put things back when it comes around.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember I was listening to a Drew Hill interview. Not that I pattern my life around Drew Hill interviews, right? But
Slightly different vibe,
but there's a lesson to be learned in everything. And Drew Hill was dope. I had their album. What am I talking about? So they're interviewing Cisco about how he sounded so much like KCI in his style, and he was like, you know, he had a song about a big Drew Hill hit about me in the morning like when you call me, you know that song? Yeah. And he was like, if he had come on the scene and singing that flow and singing that pattern, he wouldn't have made an impact. Right. He had to wait until it was established now kind of try to, and I always thought about it as like, I know I have like a lot of original stuff and I put it out in my music, but there's some styles that I have that I'm like, it's not the right time for it. But now I think, especially with hip hop and grime and how the genres are getting blurred, now I can more be experimental.
Right. And now you've established yourself as an artist and you have a trust between you and your fans.
And that's the thing, it's the grade, like, it's like with my fans, they're gonna wake up one day and hear the music and be like, hold on, when did this transition happen? As opposed to be like bam, and then they're kind of thrown off. So it's like with Ancient Future, I kind of brought the sound further a little more. With royalty free, I think Ancient Future helped them to be able to appreciate royalty free.
Just because we talked about Drew Hill, let's just talk about Drew Hill. You know, your girl songs are slightly different to his girl songs, but girls are an important part of music, I think, and a lot of people get influenced by girls. I noticed this. I mean, I really want to talk to you about one song in particular, but I did notice that it's quite a romantic album. You know,
it has its moments. It's just it's feeling. It's just my feeling, and I don't write songs to write songs. I'm not that dude that you invite to the studio and play 4 rhythms and I write 4 songs and I record them. No, like, I have to feel like I want to say something. And when I'm inspired to say something, I do. So I do talk about my life. I do talk about my personal life a lot. And and this album demonstrates that energy that I've been feeling.
You've got a song that you sing about glad to be home.
Glad you're home.
Glad you're home. And then you have another one which is It Used to Be My Life.
Yeah.
Are they completely what is one you're still with the same person and
No. Alright, so the 3 songs connect, the 3 songs in the middle, Glad You're Home. So Glad You're Home is dealing with, you know, my girl being away and when you're in a long distance relationship and in that moment, that week that you have, how emotional it is, how glad you're to be to see the person, how energized you are to go and see them immediately and stuff like that. And then if you listen a song after, Sandra Foster, in the interview, Sandra is saying, they're saying, no, you have an opportunity to wear another crown again. And she's like, it's hard because I just got back to my personal life and I have to give it up again. And now I am traveling all over the globe and stuff. So it says that she's back. And then in Flight Plans now it's saying like, no, she has to go again.
Right.
So it's like, she's away. I'm glad she's home. Now she's contemplating having to go and try something else and go off again. And then no, Flight Plans is like gone. So those 3 songs connect. Used to Be My Life, I wrote that. That's the first song I wrote for 7 Year Itch. That's the first song I wrote. That started 7 Year Itch, the whole concept of it. And it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I got a collaboration with John Holt. He sang on it. Right. Then I lost the files for it. I couldn't get it back.
My gosh.
Yeah, I don't have it. I've never heard it since he recorded it in the studio. And then he died. I couldn't get it back, so I didn't put it on the record. And it was a long process. And then I decided Winter was the person to bring it across. And yeah, enough history you got there.
Yeah, it sounds like you put it all together. Talking about 7 Year Itch, I noticed you talk about that on Can't Feel No Way. Yeah. And when I listened to it, the first lyrics are, you put out Ancient Future and you didn't get a Grammy. Mm-hmm. It sounds like how did that make you feel?
I was disappointed for my team because I know how bad they wanted it. They really wanted it, right? So that's all they could talk about was, we're gonna get a Grammy, we can't wait for it. And I was like kind of just watching to see what's gonna happen. The morning it came out and my mom was like, all the nominations came out and you were included. And I was like, and I always joke because there was a Twins of Twins thing way back, their first big one, and Beanie and Bounty are cursing on it, and Beanie is like, it's a joke obviously, and Beanie is like, Bounty him grudge me for my Grammy, you know. And then Bounty is like, hey Beanie, go take your Grammy and yam me with fried fish and bammy, right? So when they told me that I didn't get nominated, my first thing I said because listen, you can ask my team, I joke about everything like that is a big joke to me. So I was like, yeah, well, it look like I forgot hell, I go eat a fried fish and bammy then.
Drop it ancient future, the man them never give no Grammy to the king. Can't feel no way though, music I play though, fry fish, bobby to me thing.
And then I was like, it just came to me. And I was just so happy that I was healthy because I was really sick last year. Like lots of people didn't know, I was very, very sick last year for a long time. And then I was healthy, I was feeling strong. I was like, yo, I have life, I have health, I have strength, and people are loving my music. Like, and I know regardless of who got nominated for and my utmost respects to everybody who got nominated for a Grammy last year and who won, but I know in terms of what the reggae fraternity, in terms of the people, in terms of that, I know what Ancient Future was to reggae music last year, and there nobody can take that away from me.
Right. So it, you know, because when you say feel no way, you know, to me that there's a double-edged sword to that meaning. You know, you can be like, feel no way, I really don't feel anything, or feel no way sometimes is like, can feel a bit grudgeful, like
no, it's like can't feel no way. That's the whole sample was like, can't feel no, I can't feel no way about none of this. Like, that's not my concern. My concern is to make music, make high music a standard, and don't worry about anything else. You can't worry about, I have no control over that.
right.